Best case, realistically, I mean, obviously, we're not going to go through this first 6-0. Like, we're just not.
No.
But I think on the optimistic side, let's say we do win those first 3. I wouldn't say it's impossible that we end up 4-2 out of these first 6, like snagging one of those last 3 games. I don't know. What are you guys feeling?
I think best case scenario 5-1. That's possible. There are very slight chances. I think the realistic best case scenario is to come out of this 4-2.
Yeah,
yes, I agree with all that.
I think West Virginia and TCU are very winnable games. West Virginia, we beat them last year. I would feel confident that we could beat them again this year. TCU is a home game. I'm going to always give us an advantage when we're at home. And then it just comes up to Texas. And like Dustin said, I don't really see that huge a difference with all the new things coming in for Texas. I mean, it could be one of those things where you're 3-0 and you're pumped and maybe, just maybe.
Maybe
there's a chance.
All right. There's that early optimism. Yeah, I'm liking it.
I totally agree. Like, high end is 5-1. Realistic
high end 4-2.
Now, if we come out of this, I'm not going to exaggerate more on what Brooks just said. Now, if we come out of this at 3-3, but one of those is a Big 12 win, I'm not feeling too bad about it.
I like that.
If we're 3-3 and it's a 3-game losing streak to those Big 12 teams, I'm not feeling good about that 3-3.
Yeah.
Houston's our loss, and then we beat, say, TCU at the end of it. And we go 2-2 in the middle there, and 3-3, 1-2 in the Big 12. I don't like that. 3-3 with 2 of those Big 12 wins, I like a lot better.
Yeah, I agree. There's definitely different ways that view that 3-3. If you're coming off a win, if you're coming off a home win against TCU, I think we'll all be feeling all right about ourselves.
What's the obvious worst case scenarios that we can have here? I mean, go 0-6 is obvious worst case.
We gotta be
realistic
on this.
The realistic bad.
Realistically, worst case. I mean, it would be what 1-5.
What Dustin said.
What
2-4. We're gonna blow out SFA and FIU. I mean, that's just too big of a matchup issue for those teams.
Yeah,
but literally, like, 3 of our games are on that like 60-40 projection line, and Texas were big underdogs, so we could lose those other 4 games.
Yeah, I think the obvious worst case is 2-4 to start. It would obviously start with a loss to Houston, which, as Dustin kind of mentioned earlier when we were talking about that game, that will get all the Wells haters real loud, real quick. And, in this season that we're deeming as one of the most important seasons in Tech history, that would be a really sour start. And then, from that, can you recover? We haven't shown a history of being able to recover.
Catch y'all at the next tailgate.